Bare Bones with Jessy and B.
I'm Jessy.
And I'm B.
And this
Da, 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 da.
is the final episode of season 1.
Woo! The grand finale. So there's 13 episodes in season 1. So if you're new, go back and listen to the ones that resonate with you.
Yeah, catch up.
And we don't know how long we're going to take off.
Yeah, might be a month, might be 2 months.
Yeah.
But this episode is all about escaping the matrix that is life that you have been programmed about.
Yeah. Yeah. The matrix that we've all been programmed into believe that, okay, this is stability. This is how you live your life. You grow up, you go to school, you do whatever for a job. Maybe you don't go to school, but you get a job.
Right.
And you have a family and you have children and you have a white picket fence and you own a house or whatever.
Right.
And then you get to retire when you're super old and crusty and you're already fucked up and your nervous system is all, it's the modern day, dare I say, well, I was going to say this is modern day slavery.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going there. Cool. I said it. I stand behind what I say. Yeah, it's a total lie of what your life needs to look like. Yeah.
Well, I love that. Yeah. Speaking on further the old and crusty part. So the old and crusty part. So I had a colleague who is not old and crusty. She let me just preface it that way. No, I get what you mean.
When you're old and just beat up from fucking life, dude. You don't have to be that way when you're old. Right. You can be lively and full of life and reprogrammed and rewired and in the best health ever and beautifully shining. Okay, go.
So I had a colleague, a coworker, and we were very close. Obviously, there was a vast difference in our age range. She's much older than I was, full of wisdom. Love her. Shout out to Dawn. But she was telling me this story once, and it really was something that just I don't know, it stuck to my bones. It's just there. I think about it from time to time. But she was telling me of this story about a man who had everything you just described, everything. Yeah. And he had a sailboat in his driveway, and he kept saying every day he would come to work, he would talk about, I can't wait to retire to take my sailboat out. And 9 days after he retired, he dropped dead from a heart attack and never got to take his sailboat out. And I was I was just kind of I was ugh, I was I don't want that to be me.
Ew.
I don't want to stay in this rat race where you're working, your entire life away.
Yes.
And to the point that you're worn down and worn out, and by the time you're able to retire, which now it's people aren't able to retire until they're much, much older because look at the economy. That's a whole other episode. But the point being is I didn't want to be that. And then, she shared so much wisdom about, her own experience and how she wished that she could just, travel and to not get stuck in this corporate life, this money that they offer you. It may seem enticing, but there are other ways to make a living and also fulfill your dreams and not to be so tied down to this place. And, I think she, had some, resentment, maybe towards herself. This is just my perspective, my perception of having to still work and be in this place and not have that freedom. And I was and I saw a lot of parallels between her and I was I can't let this be my life.
No, that sounds literally awful.
Hell.
A living hell.
Hell. And you know, I also just, you know, had many epiphanies too. It's like, I would look around my office sometimes and, you know, you'd see like the more senior people there, people who had been working there for 30 plus years. And I'm like, how have you showed up to this place, sat in a cubicle for 30 years?
Because people get on autopilot.
Of course.
And then they just get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And because we're taken care of, quote unquote, with a salary, and that's quote unquote stability, and that's, you know, the thing to do that's socially acceptable, and that means that you've made it. Yeah, that can make someone really comfortable to just do year in and year
I was totally complacent and stuck in that for a long time.
But then you had an awakening, and then once you saw what you couldn't unsee, it was like
a shift.
How could you spend the rest of your life doing that?
I couldn't.
Yeah.
There was no way. You would have to drag me, tie me down.
Yeah.
But I had also had this call for many years too to travel again. I was just like, I just really want to travel. I want a partner that wants to travel. I want to experience other cultures. I want to like truly like unplug, immerse myself in different worlds and just find comforts elsewhere. Like I had created such a comfort zone. I had lived the quote unquote American dream, the modern day slavery. Like I was a part of that. I had the house, I had the dog, I had the car, I had the motorcycle, I had like all these things. And these were things that I had once dreamed about having. I wanted that life and I manifested that life. And then once I had it, I was like, this is not what it's cracked up to be.
It was not fulfilling you on a soul level.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that is where we are at now. Escaping this matrix and these feelings of like, what, and also redefining what success looks like.
Totally.
Redefining that, because for the longest time I thought, oh, I have to have this, I have to have that in order to be successful. And it's like, dude, no.
Yeah.
Success to me is being completely fulfilled and happy in your life and fulfilling your life's purpose and teaching people and creating community and loving people and bringing people together. Like, what?
I'm falling in love with you right now. You saw my eyes.
I did. I was like, what? What's going on? It's just like on my face.
No, you're like hitting all the key points. Yeah. Wow, you're like so speaking to my soul, you know, and I'm just thinking about my journey with escaping the matrix, you know, and I think maybe for some people it happens relatively quickly, but for me, I feel like it was like a slow sort of progression. You know, like after I got sober and I started becoming just so much more conscious and like in touch with my spirituality, and oh my gosh, like I am a soul, like I'm a human, but I truly am a soul. I you know, began working with a manifestation coach who just really like enlightened me in so many different ways. You know, he was such a huge part of my ascension journey, because for those of you that have not remembered, but your soul knows, we are going through an ascension right now, which means that a big portion of humanity is choosing to live more consciously and to be better versions of themselves. And there is a portion of humanity that is choosing to not. And so it's all a choice. So maybe this is a little reminder, a little wake up call for you to step into your power and to really examine and take inventory of where you're at in your life. But this is what I did about 4 years ago now. And little by little, I started to realize, ooh, like, I was working at 2 different private practices. I've always been like, I haven't been in corporate America like you, so I think it's a bit different.
Right.
But in some respects, it's really similar because I was still in the hustle, the grind. I was seeing like 40 clients a week. My, you know, time was split between 2 different practices. I was going back and forth seeing all these people. And for all of like the healers and the therapists and the counselors and the coaches out there, I like, that is like, that's like a recipe for burnout,
right?
Like seeing that many people. in a week. I don't know how I was doing it. I was totally numb.
Autopilot.
Yeah.
Just doing what you had to do to get by and get through.
Truly. And, and I was making the money, but I was not feeling it. Like it was not making me happy. And so I really worked with this manifestation coach to get clear on what I wanted my time to look like. Like, what did I was able to manifest opening up my own private practice. And in that I was, making more money and being able to see less people. And, it turned into like another healing business that didn't fully come to fruition. And that wasn't on my, path of my highest good. And that's okay. Like I had to let go of that. But there was just so much that I learned from him, and then opening up to other people around me and realizing like, oh, I don't have to like wake up in the morning and like go see these clients and then end in the evening and then eat my dinner and watch a show and go to bed and do it all the next day. Like that is so not me. And I promise you it's so not you either. Like your soul knows that.
Right.
So it's really like first awakening to, oh, I don't have to live this way. There are other ways. And then two, like, what do I want my time to look like?
Right.
And, I feel like I'm still refining that. And I've always, not always, but in my opening up to escaping the matrix and, oh my gosh, I don't have to be like a slave to money and to work and to grind and to hustle. I really felt a soul call to travel.
Right.
And to just see other parts of the world and get more in touch with my spirituality and do things that are like so outside my comfort zone. And so the more letting go that happened, I was able to see how the universe truly does provide in ways that I never even could have imagined. That's the how part that we talk about letting go of in the manifestation. Like allow your brain to just totally let go of how is this going to happen, and just that it is going to happen and it's happening. And here we are.
Wow. Yeah. Love. I think also, like the hustle, like the grind mode, like that's slowly going away.
100%.
And I think for me, like
100p. Okay, sorry.
Wow. I used to really be in that mindset. Like I was a workaholic. Like
I can see that.
I worked myself into the ground, and now I'm really valuing like rest.
Well, you're still healing, honey.
I know.
You are healing from that.
There's a lot of residual burnout for sure. That's going to take quite a lot of time to get through and to come out on the other side. Like prioritizing rest was not something that I used to do. I used to think that I was resting, and I would like sit down, watch a show, but no, I was totally like not sitting with anything. I was just zoning out.
Yeah.
Autopilot.
Escapism. Yeah.
Totally.
I still do that sometimes.
Yeah, it's really easy to do that instead of actually resting your mind.
How do you do that?
How do I do that?
Yeah.
Well, I think something that's been really, I'll speak for myself, but breath.
Yeah.
The breath work that we do has been really amazing for actually resting my mind and not being able to be in your center. And like thoughts may come in, but being able to like think them and let them go back out, and just truly like resting your thoughts and your mind.
Oh, yeah, I love that. I mean, I feel like this topic of rest is really important. And I saw this post on social media and I loved it so much. I reposted it, but this person was like showing, okay, how she rests her body, and that could be through like watching a TV show, and how she rests her mind is going out into nature. And that really resonated, because that's one of the ways that I rest my mind.
Yeah.
Also, be aware of how your body is feeling when you're watching your shows, because I had to stop myself from watching certain shows particularly those coded with lots of drama, because I've noticed that my shoulders were like inching up towards my ears. I was like clenching my fists, my jaw, like I actually wasn't resting my body when I was watching my favorite show. It was having like really negative effects, I feel like, on my nervous system, because our brains are like watching this thing, and I was like experiencing it all, especially for like the empaths out there. So like, just notice that.
Something to take note of, for sure. Yeah. So, I mean, I think this next season of our life, and season 2 is going to be about, like how we're doing it, and like where adventures like that we go on, and maybe challenges we experience, how we overcome those, and just the difference. I think there's going to obviously be a very stark contrast between this like hustle mode that we've been in for years and years and years to this flow and like rest and being able to almost be childlike again and be like really curious and just like playful and immersing ourselves in nature and really focusing on like the breath work that we're doing and all the things that we like felt like we never had the time to do. It's, now we have that time to really prioritize it.
Oh, I love the way that you put that. Yeah, I'm just like envisioning being a child with you, like our inner children, just like dancing, playing together all over the world. Yeah. Having so many laughs. Yeah. I mean, and you all are going to see, I feel like, us evolve too, like we're constantly evolving, and then we're going through like a really big shift. We're going through a life changing transformation that is super intentional, and we're going to become, totally different versions, I feel like, of ourselves too. So it'll be really interesting to see how or what unfolds in season 2.
But yeah, I'm so excited.
Dude, I'm so fucking excited.
Because, well, it's like, it's really poetic, when you think about it, but it's like, I am the person that I used to want to be. Like, I'm like walking.
That's okay. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. How amazing.
Anyways.
How amazing for that to come through. No, you're being so authentic, and you're like really feeling this, and we're all holding this space for you and feeling this with you, and we're just applauding you. Like, you did it, babe. You totally manifested this.
It's like really crazy.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
You're really embodying the person that I feel like you've always been, but that past really hurt, wounded version of you, like really just wanted to be. You just wanted to be totally free in yourself, and it's happening.
I know, it's like really crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's like it's really beautiful to like witness yourself. Like, I used to watch, reels about how people are doing this, and like we're about to live that. And like, I was also in a place too before where I was like, I want a partner who like wants the same thing, who values the same things, and like now I'm married to you. Like, that's I still can't get over that. So yeah, it's just really profound. I'm just feeling like really grateful.
Yeah. Me too.
Because there's nobody else in the world that I would rather, do this with. Like, this is a huge jump. This is terrifying in a lot of ways. It's equally as exciting, but like, it's terrifying. But what I've found in my life experiences so far, like when it's scary, like that is the time to jump. Like, something really magnificent is on the other side. You're going to discover new parts of you that you didn't know were there, and it's like so brave. Like, yeah. live this life experience like to the absolute fullest. Like when you are afraid or scared, like do it scared.
Yeah.
Do it afraid.
Yeah. It's okay to like fully like go into your healing or whatever you feel like the next manifestation is, and to be fucking scared shitless.
Yeah.
I'm cussing a lot in this episode.
It's okay.
I don't care.
I'm crying.
If you do care, stop listening.
Yeah. But it's really amazing that the shifts that we have experienced. I'm just even thinking about like episode 1 to now, you know, we started just kind of not really knowing what was going to come of this. We were scared. We did this podcast scared. We were like, nobody's going to listen to this. We had like 20 Instagram followers. I'm just like, nobody's going to listen to this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we're just like so grateful for the people that are listening, for the people that are following along on our journey, and like for the feedback that we've gotten from many of you. Like, it's just been really amazing.
Yeah. So amazing to connect with you all. We'd love to connect with you like even deeper, you know, like send us a DM, you know, like we're here for you. We see you. We love you. If you don't, you know, feel like you have people around you supporting you, like we are here. We're on your team. I truly believe that we're calling in everyone that is a soul family member. So if you're listening to this, like you're our soul family.
Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah. We got your back, and we're totally open and available to like help you through scary times, and you know, any fears that you're having with maybe a chapter that you're wanting to go into. You know, we have a lot of wisdom, a lot of individual and shared wisdom that we're like really eager to share.
Yeah, we are, for individuals and also, you know, couples, particularly like our queer fam. We're really feeling a call to you know, really expand and develop this beautiful coaching, wellness, holistic brand.
Yeah.
We're feeling that to be birthed through us. I feel like the universe is really intending for that to happen. So please stay tuned on that, and obviously let us know if you're interested in anything like that. And we're here for you. We'll keep you updated.
Yeah. Love that.
Love you.
I love you.
You're so beautiful. I love your vulnerability. I love that you just really fully leaned into that.
Yeah.
And it's really inspiring me because I know that we're sitting here and like processing all this moving stuff, but I don't know if I've really allowed myself to fully feel what it is that we're about to do, because I'm really scared as much as I am excited. So this is, I feel like, a nudge to me to like feel even deeper at just about this whole process.
Of course.
So that's what I'm gonna be doing after this recording.
Me too.
We're gonna go cry in the corner together.
We're gonna go cry in the corner together.
Rocking back and forth.
Yeah. And then we're gonna watch the Great British Bake Off.
Yeah, we've freaking been loving that.
And eat some shortbread. Little stodgy. Yeah.
You're Paul.
I'm Prue.
Yeah.
I know. You're Paul. You're like the more direct, assertive. If you guys know, you know. She is Paul and I'm Prue. I'm like always, even if it's like not great, I'm gonna still give them a compliment on something. You're like, this is trash. Next.
So true.
I know.
Go watch that show if you haven't. It's a really great, like really comforting, sweet, funny.
Yeah, a positive show that doesn't make you tense up.
No.
Well, maybe sometimes.
Oh, well, yeah, but it's like fun. It's
it's fun.
Fun thing.
It's fun.
It doesn't like
it's not icky.
Feel icky.
Yeah, it's not icky.
It's not icky.
So
okay, baby, this is the end. I'm feeling like a little
nostalgic.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm a little hesitant to say goodbye to the lovers for now.
No,
oh my gosh.
Like we said, We're not sure. You know, we might take a month or two off before season 2. We have to birth it, you know? We've got to like go through the experiences before we can share this new chapter with you guys. But we're so, so excited and ready to do so.
Yeah, and we will be back. We will be back. We will be on social media, but like pretty limited. Just want to like throw that out there. So if you do reach out to us, you know, we will respond. It might take a little bit longer than usual, but you know, we're doing our thing.
Right. And we can be found on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, at Barebone Lovers. So we look forward to connecting with you again, and thank you for listening to us. Thank you for following along. Please review us, share feedback. We love to hear from you guys. It's like, it's wonderful to hear from you.
It really is. And, you know, I just wanted to take a moment. I'm grateful for the people that are hating, that are saying some shit, that are really triggered by us and the light and the wisdom that we are exuding. Correct. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Right. More to follow. More to follow. We really do want to touch on, you know, how to keep walking in your power, not giving that power over to the people who are coming at you from a place of hatefulness or negativity, and transmuting that by understanding that this person is triggered, or they're hurting,
they're projecting on you, baby.
Totally projecting.
We're all doing it.
Right. So we really want to touch on that. Yeah. So look, stay tuned. We'll be posting more about things of that nature on our Instagram.
All right. We'll see you on the other side, lovers.